What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Big GucciSoldierCaptain back here once again. How's the wife? How's the kids? Great, perfect, amazing. Today we're going to be checking out when dangerous kids react to life sentences. If you're a child and you somehow were able to manifest yourself a life sentence, something is really wrong. I mean, I don't know how you... Bro, you just spawned. You just spawned and you already ruined your life for the rest of your life. Let that sink in. If you have a propensity for violence like that, you like to commit crimes, just go boot up GTA. You ever heard of Call of Duty? That works too. I don't understand why these kids are out here treating the world like it's the city of Los Santos. That don't make no sense to me. At the end of the day, it comes down to the parents, but still, you know, just buy your kid an Xbox. Anyways, we're gonna get into this. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you have not done so already. New merch is in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Support your boy, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into this.
I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial. And if you're convicted of felony, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what I'm tempted to do.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
At 16, you knew not to keep pounding your fist on that pillow with that little baby's head there. That little boy had to be terrified.
Damn!
Actually, I really didn't.
Damn!
I didn't mean to hurt him.
14-year-old Philip Chisum.
He is pure evil, and evil can never be rehabilitated.
You must imprison this for the rest of his life.
A 9th grader who's in court for his 24-year-old school math teacher.
Oh yeah, that nigga just looked guilty. I can't lie.
October 22nd, 2013. Colleen was
that
known
nigga looked
for her
mad guilty
dedication to her students, and on that fateful day, she had asked Chisum to stay after school for additional lessons. Little did she know that her kindness would lead to a horrific end. Chisum came prepared with a knife, a change of clothes.
How did he get a knife in there?
He followed her into a restroom where he took her life.
How did he get a knife into the school?
He robbed, assaulted, and abused her. Afterward, he disposed of her lifeless body.
Oh my God! And he wearing a shiesty too?
In a futile attempt to cover up his crimes, Chisum went into town and used Richard's credit card to buy a movie ticket.
This little nigga is diabolical, bro. Bro, he just got finished somebody, and then he went to the movie theater to watch the new Avengers movie, bro. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. He just got done doing the worst possible crime that you can do, and then he went to the goddamn movie theater to watch the new Captain America film. You can't make this shit up, man. You just cannot make this shit up.
He was traced down and arrested by the police the next morning.
Yeah, no shit.
He still had Colleen's blood on his hands.
Wow!
While the magnitude of Chisum's crimes is daunting, his courtroom behavior will leave you in disbelief.
Holy
Philip
shit.
Chisum faced multiple charges, including
my God.
Throughout the court proceedings, Chisum displayed a shocking lack of remorse.
This nigga's 14?
Father read his statement.
He looked like a grown-ass man!
What he was doing, and has never shown remorse.
His demeanor and actions demonstrated a complete disregard for the gravity of his crimes.
He looks like a 40-year-old man!
The pain he had inflicted on Colleen Ritzer's family, even in the face of a touching tribute by Colleen's brother.
Put this animal behind bars to the maximum possible sentence. Do not give this coward the opportunity to shatter another family's lives.
Chisum remained cold and unrepentant.
God!
His attorneys claimed that he was mentally unstable, but that didn't work. In February 2016,
court will impose the mandatory life sentence
Good.
for Colleen Ritzer.
Good.
And set a parole eligibility date of 25 years, the highest level our law allows.
However,
throw the book at that
while
nigga,
Chisum's
man.
reaction could certainly be dismissed as an effect of a mental illness, the same can't be said for the case of 19-year-old Brandon Spencer.
Oh boy,
who
what did this
allegedly
nigga
started
do?
shooting at a crowded Halloween party
What
on
the
the campus of the University of Southern California in Los Angeles.
I'm sorry for what happened to your uncle, but can't you life in prison?
You're dressed up like as an elf, or you're dressed up as a dragon at this Halloween party or some shit like that. You get shot up. Bro, that would be the worst possible way to go out. On God. If I was this nigga, bro, I swear to God, I'd curse him. I'd curse him for eternity. I would be the ghost that haunts this nigga for all of eternity. I swear to God, there's no way I'm dying in a stupid-ass costume, bro. That's not gonna happen. If I'm gonna die looking like a G. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna die looking like a boss. I'm not gonna die dressed up in some stupid-ass costume. Can you imagine just dying dressed up in a stupid-ass costume, bro? Just throw the book at this nigga, bro. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Were injured in the shooting, but fortunately, there were no fatalities.
Okay, nobody died. That's good. But still.
that you're willing to shoot them and at the same time open fire into a crowd.
That's wild.
Following the shooting, Spencer was detained by the Los Angeles Police Department for questioning. A couple of days later, he was charged with 4 counts of attempted murder.
Oh.
The prosecution argued during the trial that the shooting was the result of an ongoing feud between Spencer and a rival gang member.
That ain't no
noting that
excuse.
Spencer himself was a documented and well-known gang member.
That ain't no excuse.
But I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that she tried to portray me as.
Despite the horrifying nature of Spencer's offenses, his actions during the trial managed to shock everyone present. Throughout the trial, Spencer maintained his innocence, but the jury disagreed.
Damn.
Spencer also pleaded his case. The judge sentenced Brandon Spencer to 40 years to life in prison for the 4 counts of attempted murder. When Spencer heard his sentence, this was his reaction.
God! Okay, that's a bit excessive, don't you think?
However, while Spencer's behavior raised eyebrows, it's nothing compared to the explosive actions of 15-year-old Conrad Schaefer.
Oh, what did he
during their
do?
Trial.
Oh,
This
what
was
did he
a
do?
15-year-old who was out semi-automatic rifle shooting up.
Schaefer shot
Holy
Osceola
shit!
County when he and his friends began randomly shooting at the residence.
Bro! God bless America, bro. God bless America. Can you tell me where the fuck a 15-year-old is getting a semi-automatic assault rifle? How the fuck is this nigga pulling out guns that I gotta unlock in Call of Duty? He's just pulling them shits out. How does that make sense, bro? How does that make sense? I still haven't unlocked that gun that he has in the newest Call of Duty game, and he's pulling it out like it's nothing and shooting up people and people. How is that happening? He's a 15-year-old kid. How the hell does he even carry the gun? You know how heavy that shit is? How the hell is he carrying the gun as a child?
Resulting in the tragic death of 17-year-old David Guerrero.
Oh my
who was on his
God.
way to work.
Oh my
Before
God.
the shootings, Schaefer had persuaded his father to purchase a .45 caliber Hi-Point
How do you
carbine,
persuade
100 rounds
your
of
father to
ammunition.
buy
He
you a
allegedly took the
rifle?
gun from his
How
house
do
while
you
his father
do
was
that?
asleep, marking the beginning of the neighborhood's nightmare.
Are you
Conrad
serious?
Schaefer and 3 of his friends, David Damas, Victoria Rios, and Juan Muriel, terrorized the community for 2 weeks.
God!
Even invaded 22-year-old Eric Rupnarin's home and fatally shot him.
This
During
nigga
his
is a
trial,
menace!
Schaefer had this to say to the families of the victims.
15 at a time, I'm really sorry for the things I've done. And I know I did wrong, and I know my apology don't mean nothing to you. And I know it ain't gonna change how you feel about me.
And Jeffrey Dahmer looking ass.
Also seem to agree.
Get his ass on out of here, bruh.
Son, he was my helper to me and my wife. At this time, my family and I had no intention to forgive the guilty because of such a heinous and brutal crime that was done to my grandson, Eric Rupnarin.
Schaefer eventually pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree.
Yeah, get him out of here.
22 incidents of gunfire.
That is
damaging homes
crazy.
and vehicles. He was
Nigga thought this was
sentenced to 2
Fortnite. That is
consecutive life
wild.
sentences, with the judge stating that if Schaefer had been just 3 years older, he would have received the death penalty.
He still
However,
should get that
Conrad
shit.
Schaefer isn't alone in their courtroom actions.
That's wild.
Let's not forget the infamous
These are
incident
kids.
involving 15-year-old
These are
Martice
kids,
Fuller,
by the way, guys.
facing charges including murder in Kenosha County, Wisconsin.
I stopped in my doorway and I looked at him and I said, "Oh my God, Martice." I said, "Please, you don't have to do this." And he looked at me and he said, "Yes, I do."
Wow.
Fuller broke into his ex-girlfriend's house with a He fatally shot his ex-girlfriend in her bedroom while she was listening to music.
What the
Her mother,
fuck?
who rushed to the scene upon hearing the gunshots, confronted the assailant and was shot twice, but survived. During the trial,
It is not worth it, bro. I don't understand. Yo, what kind of was this nigga getting for him to go up and do all of that shit? That is insane. It is not worth all of that, man. I swear to God, bro. This nigga must have had him a super soaker for him to be going up and doing all that shit. That is absolutely insane. I cannot believe.
emotion, Fuller pleaded not guilty, but the jury ultimately found him guilty on 3 counts.
Crazy.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Get him out
At
of
his
here.
sentencing, Fuller, perhaps for the first time in the courtroom, displayed some emotion. However, he continued to assert his innocence and delivered a statement through his attorney, expressing his apologies to the family.
Mr. Fuller's prepared a statement that he asked that I read on his behalf. Martice writes, "Wholeheartedly, I wanted to write this giving my sincerest apologies to
How
his
do you
family.
defend this
I
creature?
once shared time and love
How
with.
do you defend this
Truthfully,
creature?
I am sorry about the pain you've all suffered through this. but more importantly, the loss of my ex-girlfriend Kaylee that I loved too. So I am sorry. Despite the hatred that is against me, I still am sorry. But I have to continue to stand innocent because I am. And I know that I barely showed emotion throughout my time, but in all honesty, it is because it's hard to have tears left to cry knowing my mom lost a son, one of her children too. But I am sorry, and I hope you all can eventually see in your hearts and vision that I am not the person the media has made me out to be.
Bro, you could tell while she's reading that shit out, he's not even thinking about what's going on. He's thinking about the newest Young Thug album, how hard that shit is. Bro, look at his face. Look at his face. You think he's thinking about what the hell's going on? This nigga don't even know what the hell is going on, bro. He's just thinking about the new Lil Baby album. He's thinking about the new Lil Baby album, the Baby album, whatever the f he's thinking about. He's not even thinking about what's going on, bro.
The judge, however, wasn't convinced that Fuller could do better in the future.
Hell no.
You are a very dangerous
Get her,
and
Judge Judy.
damaged human being.
Yep.
So in the interest of protecting the public, acknowledging the seriousness of these acts, the court orders
Throw the
that
book
on
at him.
count 1, you are sentenced to life in prison without eligibility for extended supervision.
Despite the gravity of his sentence, Fuller appeared largely unaffected. However, as we saw Fuller's unconcern with his sentence, it brings to mind the strikingly similar response of Jennifer Mee.
Jennifer Mee?
That's
That's not her real name. That's her Instagram. So what's her real name?
At 15, Jennifer Mee became popular as the Hiccup Girl due to her sudden bout of uncontrollable hiccups.
What?
She even appeared on shows and events. Eventually, she was cured, and her
What?
popularity ended. But Jennifer wasn't satisfied.
This bitch was on
She
TV?
needed
She's
the
a celebrity?
fame. So she and her boyfriend, Lamont Newton, and another friend, Lauren Rayford, set up a robbery with victims she had met online.
I'm sorry for pausing it. I'm sorry for pausing it. Didn't they say that she was 15 years old? Did they not just say she was 15 years old? Does this nigga look 15 to you? This looks like a 35-year-old grown-ass man, dog. What the f is going on here? Both of these niggas look like they're in their late 20s, early 30s. What the hell are they doing around with a 15-year-old girl? So you mean to tell me 27-year-old, 28-year-old looking man is dating a 15-year-old dude? Whatever happened is the least of the crimes going on here.
The trio lured a 22-year-old man to a vacant home where they robbed and fatally shot him.
Wow.
$50 as the reward.
Oh
as
my
if Jennifer's
God.
offenses weren't enough.
That won't even get you a
Preliminary court was
McDouble
even
in this
dumbfounded.
inflation.
19 years old, she was arrested on charges of first-degree murder. During her trial, this recorded call she made to her mother while in detention was played for the jury.
Hello? Hi, Mama. Hello, Jennifer. What's going on? I'm in jail. Why are you in jail?
I just... Crazy!
Who are you trying to kill, Jennifer?
Jennifer was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Yeah, you're done.
Jennifer's co-defendants, Rayford and Newton, were also sentenced to life imprisonment for their roles in the murder. However, when emotions run high in court, the actions of Jennifer Mee and Alyssa Bustamante leave us questioning.
Oh my...
sanity
I think I've
itself.
seen this one before. I think I've seen her before.
And Alyssa said yes. And that's when the grandmother broke down and began crying.
Alyssa Bustamante was a
Oh my
troubled
God!
15-year-old girl who lived with her grandparents and siblings in St. Martins, Missouri.
It's always those small towns in the middle of nowhere, population 70, can't even find the goddamn thing on Google Maps, that got one goddamn crazy ass serial in them, bro. I feel so bad. I'd rather be in one of them big ass cities where there's a bunch of people. At least we can group together who the imposter is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, bro, when it's just a small ass town and there's 70 people, bro, okay, and there's one goddamn rampant vigilante on the loose just everybody, that shit is scary because you don't know where the hell it's coming from. It's like a game of Among Us.
For 21st, 2009, Bustamante lured her 9-year-old neighbor, Elizabeth Olton, into the woods behind her house.
Jeez. 9-year-old? Oh my God.
Then buried her in a pre-dug grave.
I just wonder what it would be like just to someone, see the life just drain out of someone. I wonder.
She then went to a church dance as if nothing had happened.
What?
If you thought Bustamante's crimes were reprehensible, brace yourself for her shocking conduct during the proceedings. The police found Olton's body 2 days later after Bustamante confessed. She was arrested and charged with first-degree criminal action. She pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of second-degree murder in exchange for avoiding a trial and a possible life sentence without
Why?
parole. At her sentencing hearing,
Why?
Bustamante apologized to Olsen's family and said she regretted her actions. However, the judge was not moved by her remorse and sentenced her to life in prison.
Thank you!
Possibility of
Thank
parole
you!
after 35 years. She will be eligible for release in 2054 when she will be 60 years old.
Oh, you dead by then. Oh, you
let's
dying
compare
by
the
then.
jaw-dropping reaction
Oh, you dying
of
by then. You good. We
Bustamante
good. She never
to the
getting out.
astonishing behavior of 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz.
I know this
I'm going to
motherfucker.
be the next school shooter of 2018.
Yep,
My goal
we all
is
know
at
this
least
guy.
20 people.
This
with an
piece of shit.
AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds.
Man who carried out the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history.
Oh my God,
Cruz
bro.
killed 17 people and wounded 17 others at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland,
God,
Florida,
bro.
on February 14th, 2018.
Oh my God!
He used a semi-automatic rifle that he had legally purchased a year earlier.
I came out and asked him, what are you going to do with the rifle? And the reply was, I go shooting with my friends on the weekends. I just want my own stuff.
America, can you do me a favor? Just do me a favor and just do your best to make sure these kids can't get a hold of firearms. Is that too hard to ask? You know, it's crazy because like every other place in the world, you know what I'm saying, that just doesn't happen to have an abundance of firearms, just doesn't have a bunch of people dying by them. Isn't that crazy? Like everywhere else in the world, this is a phenomenon. It's only in America where there's like a shit ton of guns and a shit ton of people dying by the guns. But then people in America are like, well, the guns don't the people, yes, but the guns are accessible. Why the hell are you allowing these guns to be accessible, especially to little ass kids like this? I don't understand, bro.
Despite the horrifying nature of Cruz's offenses, his actions during sentencing managed to shock everyone present.
Bro, he just
Cruz
looks
was arrested
insane.
and charged with 17 counts of premeditated first-degree murder and 17 counts of attempted first-degree. He pleaded guilty to all the charges, admitting his responsibility for the massacre.
What's going on today, bro?
The demons, man.
Demons?
The demons?
Voices and demons?
Where's the voices? Where the f am I? Holy shit. What happened?
This nigga's a terrible
The
actor.
jury could not reach a unanimous verdict on whether to recommend the death penalty for Cruz. As a result, he was automatically sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Get him
for
outta
each of the
here,
17
man.
murders, as required by Florida law. He was also sentenced to an additional 34 life sentences for the attempted murders. At his sentencing, Cruz attempted an apology.
I am very sorry for what I did, and I have to live with it every day. And that if I were to get a second chance, I will do everything in my power to try to help others. And
Hell
I'm
no.
doing
You're not
this
getting
for
no
you.
second chance. That's
I do
cute.
not care if you do not believe me. And I love you, and I know you don't believe me, but I have to live with this every day.
Cruz showed no remorse or empathy for his actions.
Bro
and
got them
instead wore
serial
red
killer
prison
glasses. You
jumpsuit,
seen that shit?
glasses, and a mask. He even laughed at one point during the proceedings.
Oh my God.
Cruz's lack of emotion and his escape from the death penalty outraged and disappointed many of the
I
victims'
swear to God.
relatives
I
who had
swear to
hoped for a
God.
different outcome. However, while it was clear that Cruz didn't care about the years he was going to spend in jail, his behavior in court was very different to that of 19-year-old Keandra Cook, a high
Well,
school
what did she do?
student who used a dating app to set up a robbery scheme with her boyfriend.
Oh my
Kendrick
God, my
Bass.
anxiety.
Cook lured Perry Nida, a Palm Coast man, to a secluded spot in
Oh
South
my
Daytona,
God.
where Bass and others attacked him and his friend, Emmanuel Purcell, who had accompanied him. Bass shot Purcell in the chest, but luckily he survived.
Where's my phone? Give me my phone. I'm deleting Tinder. I'm deleting Bumble. Whatever matter of fact, I'm deleting Snapchat as well. All this shit's getting deleted. I'm not, you know what, bro? I'm just not, no, you know, I'm too young. I can't, bro. That just fucked everything up for me, man. I have a Tinder date in 3 days. And now I'm scared. Wow. Okay, everything's getting deleted. Let me just delete everything right now. Hold on, give me a second. Holy God damn. Bro, that is crazy. That's insane. That people do that shit? There's people that are doing that shit now? Okay, yeah, we're done. I'm not. Nope, you're not gonna catch me lacking. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay.
However, what Cook did in the courtroom was even crazier.
What'd you
Cook
do?
was arrested and charged with principal to carjacking with a deadly weapon and principal to aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
What about... Oh, he didn't die. Hey, that's what she gets. Hey, that's what you get. That's what she gets.
Cook
She
was
fucked
later
around
allowed
and
to
found
withdraw the
out.
plea and cooperate with the state to testify against Bass, who was also charged with attempted murder. She entered a new plea deal and received a reduced sentence of 11 years in
What?
prison and and 20 years of probation.
What?
She apologized to the victims and their families.
Bro, that gotta be the vagina. That gotta be the it's gotta be because she got a vagina, bro. That's a superpower, I'm telling you.
However, this wasn't the only time a convict freaked out during their sentencing. Take, for example, the case of 18-year-old Dant Wright,
this nigga,
a teenager who was involved in the murder of Jordan Klee, a high school student and athlete in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Wright and 2 other youths planned to rob Klee of his drugs, clothes, and shoes.
Wow.
Klee fought back. Wright then shot him in the back of the head.
Oh my God!
Instantly. Just when you thought Wright couldn't sink any lower, his behavior in the courtroom will leave you stunned. Wright was arrested and charged with felony armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, and felony firearm possession.
Okay, all of those charges are bad and all, but like, can I just ask, why does this nigga look like he's fucking constipated? Like, he looked like he's trying to take a shit in this mugshot so badly, but he just can't get it out. Am I the only one that's getting those vibes? Or never mind, it's okay.
The family of the victim read a very emotional victim impact statement. But this is how serious Wright felt about their pain.
Sincerely hope that whatever it was you wanted so badly that you felt the need to murder my son was worth the next at least 52 years of your continued existence. You won't get the luxury.
Is he smiling? Is this nigga smiling? Oh, I swear to God, I would slam the hell out of him.
The court, Wright shocked
I would
everyone.
slam.
I'll tell y'all, I'll be home soon, or I'll be Keon. I love my family.
Oh my God. Oh,
Wright
I would,
no
yo,
remorse or empathy for his actions.
yo,
His
I would
attitude in
domestically
court
abuse
shocked
this
and
nigga, I
angered the
swear to
judge and
God.
the victim's family.
Oh
The
my
judge
God.
reserved some choice words for him.
I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do.
Nah, do that.
Wright was eventually sentenced to 25 to 52 years in prison for his role in.
That's still light.
As I approached, I got closer. I saw her really sniffing at a particular area. So I pulled her back, and when I looked, kind of second-guessed myself. You know, I thought I saw a dead body, but I wasn't too sure because, you know, it was missing some limbs.
Enter 18-year-old Matthew Borges, who was facing a murder charge for
Damn!
beheading of 16-year-old Lee Valoria Paulino in December 2016. Borges and Paulino were students at Lawrence High School and had reportedly smoked
he looked
marijuana
dangerous
together in November 2016.
I don't mean to profile him or
Last
anything.
time Paulino was seen alive. Paulino's body was discovered by a dog walker near the Merrimack River 2 weeks after he went missing. The details of the scene were chilling. Listen as the dog walker explained what he saw.
As I approached, I got closer. I saw her really sniffing at a particular area. So I pulled her back, and when I looked, kind of second-guessed myself. You know, I thought I saw a but I wasn't too sure because, you know, it was missing some limbs.
At first,
Wow.
Borges was not considered a suspect, but the tide of evidence began pointing unmistakably in his direction. During the trial, the prosecutor, Jay Gabito, argued that there was an overwhelming amount of evidence incriminating Borges.
You hate when that
Allegations against
happens.
Borges were disturbing. It was suggested that he had stabbed Paulino multiple times,
Damn!
decapitating him.
Damn!
Borges displayed.
What is this nigga trying to do? A Mortal Kombat fatality?
Matthew Borges is guilty on the charge of first-degree murder.
Eventually, he was found guilty of
Decapitated?
first-degree and sentenced to life imprisonment, with the possibility of parole only after serving 30 years. However shocking Borges' reaction to his sentence was,
Dude!
how does it compare to the reaction of 16-year-old Dylan Schumacher?
Okay, I
who
remember
was in
this piece of
Buffalo,
shit.
New York courthouse.
I remember this piece of shit.
16-year-old blonde. Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury, and they're going to feel sorry for me.
On charges of second-degree. In March 2013, Schumacher was babysitting his 18-year-old girlfriend's child while she went to work. He was inside a Springvale home shared with his parents. Tragically, that evening, Schumacher beat the 23-month-old
Oh
Austin
my
to death.
God.
Following this horrifying incident,
Oh my
Schumacher was arrested and charged with the murder of the toddler, along with child abuse charges. Schumacher claimed he didn't intend to harm the child or cause his death, stating that he was trying to get the child to stop crying.
How in the goddamn hell do you insist that you were just trying to get the child to stop crying and then end up murdering the child? How does that happen, bro? So, but how does that happen, dog? I don't understand how that happens, bro. That don't make no sense. That's like apples and oranges. How the hell does that happen, bro. If you want to get the child to behave, nigga, just take away his iPad. Is that so hard to do? Take away his iPad. Put him in timeout. Do something other than beating him and bludgeoning him to death. What is going on? Like, is this nigga serious?
You knew not to keep pounding your fist on that pillow with that little baby's head there. That little boy had to be terrified. Probably he had a hard time breathing, and then you repeatedly punched him so hard as to cause his death by bleeding on the brain.
If you thought Schumacher would be remorseful for his crimes, you're wrong. As Schumacher entered the courtroom for his sentencing, he couldn't even get settled behind the defense table before breaking into tears. That's right. Schumacher expressed how sorry he was for his actions.
Fucking Malcolm in the Middle looking ass.
However, it was all an act, and the judge wasn't fooled. The judge pointed out a recorded phone call between Schumacher and his mother.
The record will show that you admitted that on July 23rd, 2013, in a phone call to your mother from the holding center, you stated, and I got a quote from the court reporter, "I am a 16-year-old blonde.
Got him.
Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury.
Got him.
They're going to feel sorry for me."
Got him.
Despite his
and what are you
second
doing
attempt
right
at an
now? And what are you doing
apology,
right
Schumacher
now?
was handed the maximum punishment of 25 years to life in
Oh my
prison.
God, that's so
However,
satisfying.
This sentence was later modified to 18 years to life. However, while some may attribute Schumacher's reaction to juvenile delinquency, this is 18-year-old Shondell Jackson.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Who's facing charges in the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Jackson
Why is it always
and his friend
Milwaukee?
were out to rob
God damn.
and crossed paths with 21-year-old Nathan Potter, a University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee college student, heading to his apartment. The friends approached Potter, demanding money, but Potter was only a student and had no money. When Jackson realized Potter had no cash to offer, he...
But why would you...
Jackson
Why?
fled to Mississippi, but was ultimately arrested, thanks to a tip from his uncle.
We don't have enough time to think about a whole lot of things now, because you just can't take nobody's life. You know, that's just wrong.
As if killing someone at 18 was not outrageous enough, Jackson's actions in court were even more dramatic. During his trial, Jackson's actions in the courtroom drew attention. Here, Jackson is gesturing towards the victim's family, totally unremorseful about his actions.
Oh my
Jackson
God.
was quickly escorted out of the courtroom, but as he was leaving, Jackson
This nigga
flashed
throwing
a
up gang
disturbing
signs
smile
in the
toward
courtroom,
grieving
bro?
family. Now, at his sentencing, Jackson's mother had an opportunity to address the court.
When I saw it on the news, I even cried. I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine what that mother is going through. I never had a clue that my child had anything to do with it. My son is not a monster.
Oh, he definitely is.
He's not a monster.
When Jackson was given the opportunity to speak, Jackson surprised everyone.
Apologize for my behaviors. Please don't take my life from me.
That's right. In a last-ditch attempt to save himself, Jackson pleaded for leniency and offered an apology for his actions. Now it is time for the judge to deliver his sentence.
The need to protect
Nigga, you didn't come with a
community,
speech?
I also fear for with Mr. Jackson.
You didn't have a speech?
And I am going to sentence Mr. Jackson to life imprisonment without possibility for extended supervision.
Got him. What you looking back at?
Something that is reserved for the most serious of cases, and I...
Jackson was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. But when Jackson heard that he would be spending the rest of his life in prison, he couldn't contain his emotions.
Who are you getting mad at, though, bro? What the Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Deputies had to intervene, restraining Jackson as his anger flared. Watch again.
Bro, how the hell are there two cops that he's like doing?
This cop was able to wrestle him to the ground, while this officer here unbuckled his pepper spray and put it to work. Amidst the chaos,
there's like
a member
3
of
cops
Jackson's
and
family
this
has a
nigga is
shocking
still
remark for the
1v3.
Potter family. Eventually, Jackson was led out of the court to spend the rest of his life behind bars.
That was an
Nathan
extra
Potter's
20 years that he
parents had a
got
few
just
things
for
to
that.
say.
Our little girl was afraid. She was afraid that he was going to try and one of us.
I hope as he spends the rest of his life in jail.
Jackson's friend and accomplice pleaded guilty to acting as the lookout in the crime and received a 12-year sentence. Despite the
Yeah, that nigga
terrible
looked
behavior
guilty
of
too.
Shondell's family in court, the uncle who tipped off the police maintained his stance despite threats. However, this wasn't the only time a convicted kid
Wait, so
freaked
people
out
were
during
coming
his
for him?
sentencing.
So the uncle did the right thing. His nephew was escaped prison. The uncle did the right thing and gave a tip to the police to catch him after he escaped prison. And people were coming for the uncle? Yo, man. Yo, humanity is cooked. Yo, humanity is cooked. I swear to God, humanity, we not gonna last more than 200 years. We're done. We're done.
Your son is the victim and the killer is your granddaughter. Can you talk about that?
She's not my granddaughter.
Take, for example, the case of 16-year-old Sierra Halseth and 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero,
Where did the evil come that was bred into a soul that murders their own father?
who are facing multiple charges, including with a deadly weapon, arson, robbery with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to conduct robbery, and multiple counts of fraudulent use of credit or debit cards at the Regional Justice Center in Las Vegas. The teenage couple murdered Sierra's father, 45-year-old Daniel Halseth. They stabbed him over 60 times and attempted to burn his body and house. Then they took his debit card and fled to Salt Lake City, indulged themselves, and opened a YouTube channel where they callously shared information like this.
Day 3 after somebody.
Whoa! Don't put that on the camera.
Why were these two niggas not on the Titanic when it drowned? The f did I just watch? This bitch went and murdered her father when half of the people watching this video don't have dads, me included? And on what planet do you think that that's acceptable?
Was dated in 2020, but their parents did not approve of the relationship, forcing them to end it. On April 9th, 2021, Daniel's lifeless body was discovered in the garage of his Las Vegas home.
God.
Teenagers were subsequently apprehended in Salt Lake City. Throughout the court proceedings, the behavior of Sierra was starkly different from that of Aaron. Aaron Guerrero seems to be emotionally breaking down. When he was allowed to speak, he had this to say.
I ask for forgiveness as I get sentenced today, and I hope it brings you a little peace.
Meanwhile, Sierra Halseth appeared disinterested, bored, and detached from the gravity of the situation.
Fucking Minecraft playing son of a...
physically and sexually abused her.
He locks me in place and starts pushing me and hitting me around.
Eventually, they were both found guilty by District Judge Chiara Jones.
55 days credit for time served. That is a total aggregate sentence of life in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Yeah, you're never getting out. You're never getting out.
And ordered to pay $5,000 in restitution.
That's
For
it?
Sierra's grandmother, a lot has changed.
You're in a tough spot because your son is the victim and the killer is your granddaughter. Can you talk about that?
Bro, you know what the crazy part about it is? If I did not have an Xbox and I did not have a copy of GTA 5, this could have easily been any of us. You know, if this crazy part about it is, if we did not have an Xbox and did not have a copy of GTA 5, this could really be any of us. You know what I mean? I'm just so thankful I was able to vent all my frustrations out on that game and on that console. Sometimes you gotta bless what you have and the things that you had. And that's one thing that I'm really, I have a blessing for. Yes, am I a delinquent? In a lot of cases, yes. But at least I'm not a delinquent enough to commit these heinous crimes that these people have that these people have done. This is insane. That last one was that is insane. And then you want to spin back and say, oh, he did all of these things to me? Are you serious? That your father looked like an innocent ass man. He looked like he volunteered as soup kitchen. You could never do some shit like that ever. This shit just made me never want to ever have children again. What if they end up like this? What if I have a son and he ends up like this? What if I have a daughter and she ends up like this? Okay, this is just a new level of anxiety. I get scared of having a daughter, you know, busting it open, doing OnlyFans in the future. That's what I'm terrified of, okay? I'm terrified of bringing kids into this world. Like, let's say, for example, I bring a daughter and she just starts an OnlyFans, and all of a sudden now I'm the shameful father whose daughter is a stripper. That's what I get scared of on a daily basis. This unlocked a new type of fear for me now. What if my kid just becomes a lunatic like this? What if my kid becomes the next serial kid? Nah, dude, I can't bring children into this this world. I'm too scared. Too much is gonna go wrong, and I'm gonna be to blame. I cannot have that. For all the parents out there watching this, please look into their closets. Make sure they don't got no semi-automatic assault rifles in there, and just love your kids and take care of them as much as you can. That's all I can say. Anyways, that was when dangerous kids react to life sentences. You guys let me know which one of these is the word. The last one, they really did save the best for last. That shit was. Let me know in the comments. Also, leave me some suggestions down in the comments of other things I should react to. Somebody left this video for me to react to, so I went ahead and did it. You guys can leave me some more stuff in the comment section. Like I said, I don't respond to every single comment, but I read every single one of them. Okay, I'm just a very busy man sometimes. Okay, not busy doing whatever these niggas is doing, but busy being a productive member of society, kinda. All right. And if you guys have not subbed to the channel yet, man, what are you doing? You got to do that. Okay. Make sure you sub to the channel. Kick that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers on this channel. I want to get to 50,000 subscribers. I want to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Okay. That's the idea. That's the goal for this channel. Okay. So if you have not liked the video, if you have not subbed to the channel yet, I will find you. And when I do, okay, I promise to not do anything like this, but like I will have a stern talk with you, okay, because that cannot happen. Okay, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Leave me your thoughts down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Merch is in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Like I said, buy yourself something nice because you deserve it. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.
See just how I'm coming, yeah, I did this on my own. Don't you tell me something, cause I did it all alone. You ain't help with nothing, no, nah. You ain't help with nothing, no, nah. Came up from the guys and niggas show me some respect. Niggas mad cause I ain't break them off on all these checks. You ain't help with nothing, no, nah. You ain't help with nothing, no, nah.